Hey, ladies and gents, we are back with some J7W3, the Tier 10 multi-role for the Japanese. I had a question the other day from one of my subscribers. Must be apparently a new player, relatively new. Yes, it actually is happening. There is new players playing World of Warplanes. But he was wondering, and then don't worry, I've wondered this myself too, going, how the fuck do I do this? Personal points, high personal points, but not winning. Well, some people say it's rigged. Well, you can make that argument. I've probably even bitched about myself on a time or two, being able to put up high personal points, but yet still can't win the game for whatever reason. I think one of my early videos was of like a 25,000 personal points and still lost. So it does happen, and there isn't any of us that have never not seen this, right? You do extraordinarily high personal points, higher than the other team's human players combined, right? They might do 5,000 and you might do 15 or 20,000. Two of them combined still doesn't equal yours, but you still lose the game. So this is for the new players that are picking up the game, or so you old timers already know this. For the most part, it's all about superiority points, right? Picking up objectives, playing objectives are probably more important than medals or personal points. Having either and or. Oh, Roderick, you fuck. I was having problems with Roderick, like multiple times over a course of like 3 games. So me and him are having a little bit of a spat here. I'm not that I'm saying that bots are assholes, because they are, but yeah. So back to my point here. Playing the objective, winning the objectives, personal points be damned. It's great to have high personal points, but if you're not winning the game, I guess it's kind of like, well, it's I don't even know how you would compare that to, right? But anyway, playing the objective, taking the objective, and getting superiority points go a long way toward actually winning the game versus racking up a 15 or 20,000 personal points and losing, right? And this game here, for example, is I don't have a lot of personal points. I think I have like maybe 87, 8,800 personal points is it. However, I do flip 5 objectives, right? And it's one of those kind of deals, right? It's I'm not playing for my own personal points. I mean, I would love to get into with these red fighters here and knock out as many as I can. Obviously shooting down more red bots will give you higher personal points. However, I spend most of my game here shooting down defense fighters and or knocking out ground targets, right? To actually win the objective here. Drop my 2 bombs, and I'm getting wrecked from behind by this, I believe it's an F-84, who's kindly enough knocked out an FJ-1, go figure, knocked out my pilot, which makes it even more fun trying to hit something with a dead pilot in a J7W. Yeah, it's like being in a barn trying to hit the side of it. It's not easy. So we pulled it back 2-3. They were up 4-1 at one point, and we are down 177, 273. So almost 100, and they're actually gaining quite a bit here. So hanging out here, shooting multiple red baddies, is not going to give me the objective here. So I'm going to leave those guys, and I'm headed over here to the south here. Now we have, once again, playing the objective here. It's slightly turned, and I also have a multi-roll and a GA there, which means they've sucked down a lot of these fighters to a low altitude, which is perfectly fine for the J7. Honestly, multi-rolls in general do better against the defense bots than they do sometimes against the red bots, the red baddies. So I'm pulling down here. I'm going to start picking up here the defense fighters here as quick as possible and see if we can back. We've almost got this flip back here. You got to have at least 2 aerial kills probably. However, I do have a GA here that's working on the ground targets here. So let's see if we can pick this guy up one more time. There we go. and with a little bit of help from the GA and the other planes here, we had a numerical advantage, and we pick it up. So, picked up 3-2, and that was my third objective, and now I see this one's almost ready to get flipped as well. Playing the objective here, there's a GA here who's getting pummeled by those red baddies. He's doing a bang-up job of picking up ground targets, so I'm going to roll in here and get those guys off his back. Pull around in here, pick up the Spitfire. There's one. Ooh, nailed him. So right off the bat, able to make the kill and pick up the objective here. So we're back to a 4-1. So now where we were down a bunch, now we're back up to we're up 4-1. However, we're still down in superiority points. Ignoring a lot of these planes, just simply trying to keep objectives rolling as much as possible with 4-1 here. And this is actually working out pretty decent for us, even though that the one objective they have is very close to our spawn, which is fine because that works out even better yet. Anytime we lose planes, they're going to spawn back in and go for that objective, and they're not going to have to fly very far. It's always something to remember here. Let's see if we can pick up the F-84. There we go. We nail him here, and I'm all getting kinds of wrecked by whatever. Defense bots are such a pain in the ass lately. They just never seem to give up here. So, is that my friend Roderick? Oh, just there. Come on, Roderick. You, fuck. Oh, you. He dead. So nailed Roderick here. We have a little bit ways to go yet to turn this objective. I'm gonna try to pick up these guys that are picking on my GA. Come on. I know these can hit because on occasion all 4 of them hit and everything dies in a massive blaze. There we go. Drop back down here looking for any damaged targets I might have. Let's drop a couple right there for bombs. On we go. There we go. Pick up a ground target. And we have a slight advantage here. We have being that there's 2 blue planes here and only defense bots, no red baddies. We'll see if we can pick this up here before we start spawning red guys. So they've pulled it back 2-3. We have one objective that's almost getting ready to get flipped on the other side. And we have a large number. Ooh, they've picked up the sector. The other red bots the other blue bots have actually picked up the sector closest to a spawn. Once again, more of a strategic thing, letting that one go because I'm not really going to bother flying over there when it's so close to spawn, which means all the blue players will come back and try to take it here. There we go. Picked up the airfields. Didn't do it myself personally, but I was here, guys. I got the points for it. So drop down. Let's pick up the heel on this. There we go. And we're sitting 3-2. That was my 5th objective. And now we're going to make sure if we can keep this one rolling over here. I'm going to fly on over here and see if we can not make sure that this objective is not taken. We have the slight advantage, 627, 588. I really don't want to lose this objective right off the bat. There's there's Roderick. As much as I want to go shoot him down, no. I'm looking for something a little bit easier. Multi-rolls are not known for their altitude performance, and going to chase those guys that have good altitude performance is just not going to help me out here. So dropping down here, we got a GA here. He's been causing a lot of problems, and I have the plane for that problem. Dominic in the ME 1099. Let's see here. We nail him, pull it back to full health, and it's a 3-2 game, being 690, 630. So we are sitting pretty, and all of our sectors are full health here. Let's see if I can pull off a 6th objective, possibly, maybe. Boosting up here. Those guys are those are a little too far out. He's nailed the one closest to me, so there's no point in chasing the bomber. I just don't have the altitude performance to catch him and all that kind of good stuff. So heading to our 6th objective here. The one red one that's still left, or the one red one closest to our objective, will probably get taken here shortly because once again it's close to spawn, so there's no point because all bot players coming in will probably immediately go to that spawn. This one is wide open. We're going to drop right in here. So, like I said earlier, not a great game personal point wise. Just more about taking objectives here and getting the win. In fact, the human player on the other side had a higher personal points than I did. Go figure, right? So, with that said, guys, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed and hope this helps.